Right, onward we go, and this will be the 5th round of Swiss at the Singapore Open 2 here today. And it will be a round played between, it's going to be a pair down, with unbeaten player in Eugene Tan from Singapore, up against our traveling player from all the way from Thailand via the United States, where he's currently residing, Jirariwat Thitasiri, which currently has a record of 3-1. So Eugene has a chance to move on unbeaten, while Jirariwat has a chance to really pad his resistance and keep himself in contention for top cut with a win here. Whereas a win for Eugene would pretty much guarantee top cut at 5-0 and only 6 rounds here today. He will definitely be in the top cut, so Eugene definitely motivated to pick up the win here. And he will be spotting a team which he has had a lot of success with on Battlesport and in the international challenges online. It will be the Togedemaru, Katana, Arcanine, Mandibuzz, Tapu Fini, and Snorlax.
And while Jira has been using this team for a while now, it will be consist of Zucchitri, Tapu Fini, Porygon 2, Mudsdale,
Tapu Fini only, right?
and Tapu Fini and Muk.
Oh yeah, Muk. Alright, so both players moving in here. Again, a lot at stake here. Both players have to win. Well, one player will guarantee his place in cut, while the other player will have to depend on resistance to carry him through. And it will be the Arcanine and Tapu Fini coming out for both players.
As we can see that Jira's Arcanine is actually faster than Eugene's Arcanine.
Well, it's not a surprise since I believe over previous tournaments, we have become accustomed to the fact that Jira is rather fond of running a choice Scarf Arcanine.
And Eugene's Tapu Fini is faster than Jira's Tapu Fini.
Yeah, setting up the terrain before Jira's can activate. So interesting decision for both players. Eugene has to be aware of the choice Scarf and the immediate threat of Wild Charge going into his Fini, though I don't expect it to be a KO.
Eugene, but the -1 from Eugene's own Arcanine might tone down the damage from Jira's
Intimidate
Wild
definitely
Charge.
a big detriment to a player who relies on a choice item like Jira's Arcanine, and he will be retreating for the Muk, as Eugene will protect his own Arcanine from any incoming water attacks from the Tapu Fini. And well, he gave him a chance to get a free Carmine up, but if Jira's Muk does have the Gung Shot, he could easily remove Eugene's Fini even after the boost with a single hit. And let's not assume he escapes. Oh, it does avoid the Muddy Water. So no accuracy drops for Eugene this turn. And Jira going for the Muddy Water there to try and chip down Eugene's Arcanine.
However, Jira's Muk is still quite pinned, as Arcanine can just really flare blades into the Muk slot.
Yes, and
does
boosted
a lot of damage.
Moonblast will do a lot of damage. Oh, and Eugene revealing the Inferno Overdrive on his Arcanine. He has been intimidated, so this will not be a KO. The question is, oh dear, in fact, all it's gonna do here is actually activate Jira's Berry. But I would expect Eugene to have a plan. Perhaps he expects Moonblast to be able to finish off the Muk afterwards.
Eugene
As
will
Inferno
also
Overdrive goes into the Muk, he has been intimidated, so it's not going to KO. And actually brings it just into its Berry range. And Eugene will follow up with his own Moonblast into the Muk as well, or into the Fini. So not opting to double into the Muk, hoping to get special attack drop but not getting it, as Muddy Water comes out for Jira. No misses this time. And it's going to do a good amount of damage to Eugene's Arcanine.
bring down below half.
As Knockoff comes out for Jira's Muk and does not pick off the Arcanine, and does not even do much damage thanks to the Furium Z.
Right now, Eugene can actually choose to go into the flare blades into the Muk again, and might actually just double target into the Muk to get rid of the Muk now.
Though of course the protect on the Muk seems rather obvious, of course. But again, Eugene doesn't lose much, since at most he loses his Arcanine anyway. So it's a kind of a, no matter what Eugene does, he's going to lose his Arcanine. So he might just go for the all-in play of trying to remove the Muk this turn. Since even if he predicts wrongly and Jira does protect his Muk, he loses his Arcanine, but Fini doesn't take much damage from the Muddy Water in return.
And Eugene can fire back his own Muddy Water off into the Tapu Fini if he chooses to.
As Arcanine going to retreat, so Eugene saving the Intimidate for future games and brings in his Snorlax. Ooh, dangerous here with Muk having already shown that he's willing to go for the knockoff. But Eugene choosing to protect his Tapu Fini as Muddy Water comes in, and well, I have bad memories of Snorlax sitting in front of Muddy Water, so we're going to have to see whether Eugene can at least avoid the accuracy drop here. He does avoid it as Poison Jab goes into the Fini Protect, so probably safe to assume that Jira doesn't have the Gung Shot.
Or perhaps Jira doesn't want to miss with Gung Shot.
Well, Gung Shot would be a 1-hit KO though, so you have to imagine that if you have it, you want to go for it there.
Right now Snorlax is quite...
It's vulnerable to the knockoff, which is kind of concerning. Because Snorlax is not going to be able to move and belly drum its own barrier away before the Muk can knock it off.
Perhaps Eugene might want to switch out into Arcanine to get a minus 1.
Jirariwat protects his own Tapu Fini, revealing that he is not choice locked. And yes, Eugene does go for his own Muddy Water, boosted by the Calm Mind. So, he could be fishing for his own accuracy drop onto the Muk here. And he does get it. So Snorlax is given a lifeline if Muk comes off and the knockoff goes off, but he does land on the Snorlax. So unfortunately, the accuracy drop is not going to come true for Eugene, who does reveal that his Snorlax boosting move is the Curse.
And now Snorlax with the +1 defense up is actually very bulky against the Jiraiya's Muk.
At the same time though, without the berry, it's still on a timer, since it's not able to regenerate any of the HP, as Eugene suddenly randomly reveals a Heal Pulse. But we've already seen all 4 moves, I think. The Protect and Calm Mind, along with Moonblast and Muddy Water. So yes. Yeah, no Heal Pulse for Eugene, so the Snorlax is on a timer, having lost its berry despite the accuracy drop on the Muk. Jiraiya still playing very defensively, protecting his Muk. Probably expecting a double into it with the High Horsepower.
Fini does reveal Haze.
He reveals the Haze, which sets Eugene back 2 boosts. He loses his Calm Mind boost as well as the Curse boost, but is able to get the return off onto the Tapu Fini.
Doing a fair amount of damage,
yeah,
even though
he
neutral.
He does have the leftovers, so he's going to be able to regenerate a little bit of health each turn. As Misty Terrain disappears, and well, I suppose for these mons, Misty Terrain not going to have a big amount of impact.
I mean, Snorlax can get poisoned now by
the poison
by
jet.
the Muk.
So yeah, there is an option with both Snorlax and Fini now vulnerable to the poison from the poison jab. But Muk, having protected last turn, is vulnerable to getting doubled by the Moonblast and return here.
However,
but Eugene goes for the protect on his Fini. As Moonblast comes out onto his own Fini from Jiraiya's Tapu Fini, and Poison Jab comes out onto the Fini as well. Eugene making a very good play to protect from the double target. As High Horsepower comes out from the unboosted Snorlax, it's going to be enough to KO the Muk from 50%.
Jiraiya's Fini is slowly regenerating HP by the leftovers, making it able to survive a return and perhaps even a Muddy Water from.
But now Jiraiya brings in the Zerkitry, which we do know it is carrying the Electrum Z for the Gigavolt Havoc, and immediately threatens the 1-hit knockout onto Eugene's
both Pokemon
Fini.
actually.
And now that Eugene has protected last turn, his Fini is vulnerable to he's unable to protect from the incoming Gigavolt Havoc. He's forced to either switch in, but I don't think he has a good switch in. But he has Togedemaru potentially at the back.
Yes, to redirect.
Here comes the switch. Fini going to leave the field. Here comes Togedemaru. And well, actually, he neuters Jiraiya's. He's going to neuter Jiraiya's Zerkitry here. Since we do know that Jiraiya's Zerkitry's coverage moves are the Dazzling Gleam and the Hidden Power Ice. And Thunderbolt does go into the Lightning Rod, protecting the Snorlax. As Snorlax is going to get a free High Horsepower off onto that Zerkitry. If it lands, which it does, going to do around 50% to the Zerkitry.
Well,
a bit more than that, 70% even. Again, the Fini is going to recover health, but at this point, Eugene knows that with the Fini unable to boost its special attack with Calm Mind and not carrying a boosting item, the Fini is kind of safe to be ignored, most of it. And now, Jiraiya is threatened by the fake out from the Togedemaru. And if he protects, then he's threatened by the Encore next turn.
As Togedemaru is faster than both Zerkitry and Tapu Fini.
Definitely, since we do know that Jiraiya is not a big fan of running speed on his Zerkitry. So Jiraiya about to reveal, brings back the Arcanine.
Perhaps to get Intimidate off on Togedemaru to reduce Zing Zap damage onto Tapu Fini. And
well, I suppose that is an option. Though Zing Zap not the most damaging of attacks, as Encore comes off, hoping to catch something.
Zerkitry, lock Zerkitry into Thunderbolt.
Oh, lock Zerkitry into Thunderbolt, I see. Yeah, that's true. I thought he went to the Fini and for some reason he failed on the Fini. As return of, it does land despite the accuracy drop.
Onto the Tapu Fini.
And with the Intimidate, Fini going to take that fairly comfortably.
But right now, Togedemaru is threatened by Arcanine's the Choice Scarf Arcanine's Flare Blitz, and which will be able to KO both Snorlax and Togedemaru this turn.
Yeah,
and with Togedemaru gone, Eugene doesn't really have a solid answer to the Zerkitry at the back that still has Gigavolt Havoc.
At the same time though, locking himself into Flare Blitz is kind of a dicey prospect, since Arcanine is still at the back for Eugene, and I think he's still somewhat helpful. Well, he's taking the Muddy Water though. Yeah, Togedemaru Eugene recognizing that he needs to preserve Togedemaru, brings back the Arcanine to intimidate Jiraiya's own Arcanine. since we do know it is choice Scarf, so any attack reduction is going to go a long way to saving Eugene's team from a lot of damage. As Flare Blitz does come out from the Arcanine, probably into the Snorlax. No, into the Arcanine, going to pick it off and, well, take a minimal amount of recoil thanks to the 6 points of damage done. 2 points of damage taken as recoil.
Tafini will go for the Moonblast.
And Moonblast should pick off the weakened Snorlax at this point.
But with that, actually, Eugene has Fake Out Pressure and can say Tapu Fini, and Arcanine can't protect the next turn as its choice locked.
Yeah, so the point here is... Well, the question is, do you want to fake out the Arcanine and go for the Calm Mind? But the problem is, if you leave the Fini alone, the Fini might just go straight for the haste. Whereas if you fake out the Fini, you guarantee that your Calm Mind you guarantee you get a Calm Mind up. But at the same time, you risk. But the problem is, Arcanine is very incentivized to switch. So I think the obvious play for Eugene is to fake out the Fini and go for the Calm Mind.
But Fini might protect this turn also.
And risk getting locked into Encore next turn. Ultimately, the question might come down to, for Eugene, is that whether his Tapu Fini can outspeed Jira's Zerkitry.
Yes.
Since we are going to see Spiky Shield come out from Togedemaru, oh dear. Eugene might have walked into a haste play here. But he goes straight for the Muddy Water. Oh, but
Zerkitry avoids the attack.
Miss on the Zerkitry. A huge avoid there for Jira. Zerkitry comes in for free.
The critical hit on the Tapu Fini.
And immediately threaten. Oh well, it doesn't threaten the Tapu Fini though, since Togedemaru is still alive. So Jira might actually have kind of been a bit overzealous by bringing in Zerkitry without guaranteeing a KO on Togedemaru first.
Yes. Eugene right now will be able to zigzag into the Tapu Fini, and Muddy Water should be able to pick up the Zerkitry. But Zerkitry goes for the protect here, saving itself.
As we do see Zigzag come out onto the Tapu Fini, and that should be the KO. As it does, even after they intimidate from the Arcanine previously. I know, actually it's not intimidated yet, since Arcanine was already on the field. And now Zerkitry is... Oh, but now Arcanine comes in to finish off the Togedemaru.
But Togedemaru has Spiky Shield.
Yes.
And Jira can't protect his...
Arcanine.
Can't protect his Zerkitry. And will
take
a Moonblast.
No, the promising thing here is that if you go for Flare Blitz and a Thunderbolt, you guarantee a KO. Or you guarantee... Oh, but you can't Thunderbolt because of Togedemaru on the field.
Yes.
So actually, Eugene has a very, very safe Spiky Shield here.
Yes. And Moonblast will, unless Arcanine's Flare Blitz, Wild Charges,
Wild Charge will go into Lightning Rod as well. So it's forced to extreme speed here, I think. And he does go for the Flare Blitz into the Togedemaru, which will take recoil from the Spiky Shield. As Zerkitry... Oh, but he goes for... Eugene prioritizing the Zerkitry, recognizing that his Fini is going to beat the rest of the team one-on-one.
And right now,
is the Fini.
And right now, Arcanine is locked into Flare Blitz.
So that should be the game for Eugene. So very, very well played there for Eugene. Manipulating his Togedemaru into a position where Jira was forced to lock himself into Flare Blitz, which is unable to hit the Fini, and his Zerkitry could not go for Thunderbolt because he would get locked into it. He would go into the Togedemaru, and if he went for anything else, he would risk getting locked into the Protect or the non-electric move by the Togedemaru. So Togedemaru doing a lot of work for Eugene there, despite the Sash not coming into play. So Eugene showing the value of Lightning Rod user against Jira's team there, with the Zerkitry forced to use either Dazzling Gleam or Hidden Power Ice, which have no business going up against Eugene's Tapu Fini.
Perhaps Jira may want to switch up to his Chip Room mode with the Mudsdale and the Porygon 2.
That's definitely an option for Jira, but neither of those really enjoy facing up against Calm Mind Tapu Fini. So if he goes a bit too hard in trying to remove the Togedemaru, he's going to get punished by the Fini itself. So it's definitely a very interesting situation for both players. It's not like Togedemaru gave Eugene an instant win. We saw that he had to watch out for the Flare Blitz from Scarf Arcanine. He had to watch out for damage from Eugene's own Fini, Jira's own Fini. So Eugene definitely had to put in a lot of thought and a lot of planning to get himself into a situation where Togedemaru could win him the game. And right, so going into game 2 here, Mark and Fini are going to be at least for Jira, as Minibus and Tapu Fini lead the way for Eugene.
Tapu Fini is most likely going to be the Misty Seed, boosting its special defense.
Yeah, Minibus going to activate Misty Seed here. And Eugene once again revealing that his Tapu Fini is the faster Fini.
Medibus might actually want to go for the Medibus can actually go for the Tailwind here, or
It'll be interesting to see what moveset Eugene has on his Mandibus, since we do expect there to be Tailwind and foul play, but
the Flatter comes out!
Flatter onto his own Tapu Fini, going to give it a free special attack gain and not getting confused thanks to the Misty Terrain. So immediately going for boosted Muddy Water on turn 1 thanks to the Flatter from Mandibus and Misty Terrain. It's going to land on the Mug and the Fini, fishing for accuracy drops. Not going to get any, but Haze will come out. So Jirariwat predicting the Calm Mind on Eugene's side of the field, as Poison Jab should come out from the Mug.
I think it's safe to assume that Jiraiya's Mug doesn't carry the Gunk Shot.
Yes, definitely, or he would have gone for it there.
Yes.
So it should be pointed out that even Gunk Shot does not look like a one-hit knockout on Eugene's Tapu Fini.
It might be a roll. Yes.
Could be a roll, could be a roll.
Right now, Eugene has the option to knock off the Mug's Berry to deny it of the recovery from Figgy Berry. A rather safe protect for Eugene on Tapu Fini also.
So that's assuming, of course, that Eugene does have the knockoff on his own Tapu Mandibus. So Eugene, of course, is known for having protect on most of his Pokemon. Oh, but he just revealed the taunt there onto Tapu Fini.
To deny him of the Haze.
And of course, making it unable to protect next turn. As Jiraiya goes straight for goes for another Poison Jab onto the Tapu Fini. Which will KO even after 2 turns of leftovers recovery. So Eugene's still not in the best position, even though he has at least taken his off the table. But the question now, but problem here is that we've already seen how much +1 Muddy Water does to the Mug, and another one is not going to get a KO. All he's going to do is activate, but he does go for it again. Right, so he's going to get another special attack gain from the.
But can Moonblast kill it?
Single target Moonblast.
Not enough.
Even with the Flatter. So Mug going to activate his Berry and should be picking up a KO on Eugene's Fini. Eugene perhaps not getting the damage calculation right that turn.
Moonblast will come out from Jiraiya's Tapu Fini and will go into the Mandibus. But, that could be. Or even at the +1.
Onto the Fini, which does go down through the Poison Jab.
Jiraiya putting himself in a very safe position here, as Mandibus is not the threat right now to both of his Pokemon. And with Mug's Berry being eaten, Mug doesn't fear getting knocked off at all.
Right, so Eugene is bringing the Togedemaru here, but with no Togedemaru on the field, Togedemaru not going to have much mileage. And again, as you pointed out, Togedemaru is the one presenting your offense. Since Mandibus is not hitting anything for much damage, you're probably not in a very good position. So Eugene, I wonder what he has in the back if he's forced to bring in probably the Snorlax, I think. If he's forced to bring in Togedemaru so early. I think Eugene is definitely prioritizing picking out the Mug so as his Snorlax can come in and safely set up without the fear of knockoff. But again, Jiraiya's going to be very aware of that. So he's going to be able to preserve his Mug if he fears any sort of damage incoming. Since Foul Play is still a resistant move despite Mug's high attack stat. And Jiraiya does recognize that his Mug is useful in the future, sending his Scarf Arcanine to intimidate the Tapu Fini, to intimidate the Togedemaru on Eugene's side of the field.
As Zingzap won't do as much damage as Tapu Fini.
Does go for
Tapu.
onto the Fini, still with the free.
No, onto the Mug slot. And Foul Play.
Probably a double into the Mug slot.
And Jiraiya will get punished.
Foul Play a huge amount of damage onto that Arcanine. Definitely not invested in any sort of defense whatsoever. And Togedemaru probably able to take another Muddy Water, but he's threatened by the Scarf Arcanine.
And Mandibus will also die to Flare Blitz.
Yeah, so Jiraiya having to pick and choose his targets, and probably the more obvious target is the Mandibus, since you don't want to go into a spiky shield from the Togedemaru. But it's going to be easy for Jiraiya to bring it to a 4v2 situation here. We're taking out the Mandibus and leaving Eugene unable to switch out from that point. But does retreat his Mandibus.
And send the Snorlax.
So Togedemaru does go for spiky shield, hoping to catch the Flare Blitz. But does Jiraiya read into that play? Here comes the Flare Blitz.
And Flare Blitz will actually kill.
Goes into the Snorlax here.
And will kill Arcanine itself thanks to the recoil. That you will take. There will be
damage from the Snorlax there, and going to kill itself with the recoil from the Flare Blitz.
And if Jiraiya choose to attack, it will proc the Figgy Berry on Mark, which Jira can't knock off. And
Oh, Jira does have Mark at the back.
Yes.
Mark has not been knocked out yet.
yes, and
Oh,
But-
he's going to proc the berry.
yeah,
yes.
but
So unless Eugene chooses to recycle here, he's not going to be under threat from the Mark until he recycles again.
yes, but
Slytherin does disappear.
unfortunately for Eugene, there was an accuracy drop onto the Snorlax.
And now Snorlax unable to switch out. So of course, you would hope that Jira goes for a haze. Yeah, Mark does come back in, but
But it's threatened by the high horsepower.
High horsepower and high horsepower on its own at this point.
Yes.
Is enough.
And
And Jira,
Tapu Fini is still threatened by the Zingzap and the potential flinch actually.
Oh, so Eugene going to preserve the fake out, brings in the return Mandibus, recognizing that you can probably take. Oh, Muddy Water going to avoid the Snorlax there. Going to land on Mandibus, still going to be enough. I don't think so.
No.
Actually. I mean, that's not boosted by the Misty Seed anymore, but still going to be enough.
A knockoff going into the Medibus slot. And Medibus is going to survive because Medibus doesn't have an item anymore.
Yes, high
And
horsepower,
does go through the accuracy drop. And
going to be.
Oh,
not
but-
gonna be enough to KO, but Mandibus
however, should be
able
a
to
pick
finish
up the next turn. Right now, Eugene is free to return into the Tapu Fini. That will be a safer play and not to recycle right now in case he cannot take out the
In
mark.
case the Mark switches out, comes back in later.
Yes.
The Snorlax is very healthy right now, no reason to go for a recycle.
Medibus going to a foul play into the
Gonna
mark.
be a KO onto the mark, sitting at red health, not able to take the hit even if resisted. As Fini probably wants to finish off the Medibus with a Muddy Water. So
With-
goes for the Moonblast, going for a safer
On to the. Yes.
Empty the KO on Medibus, not wanting to risk another Muddy Water.
Another miss.
Avoid. Snorlax free to go for the return, as he does.
Right now, Eugene actually free to recycle again just to get a safety net on just to get a figure for the safety net.
Does have accuracy drop on him, so he's going to be missing a return at some point.
Yes.
So he definitely wants a safety net off that berry. But now I believe Circuitry is coming back in.
Which is
Shut down by
of
Togedemaru
no
again.
threat as
Oh
of
dear.
now.
Eugene again free to pick out the Tapu Fini if he wants to, and leave the Circuitry alone. Because Circuitry cannot damage anything on the field effectively, thanks to the Togedemaru Lightning Rod. Eugene again playing Jira into a pincer position, trapping his Circuitry in with the Togedemaru. Question now is, goes for the
Zingzap.
into the Tapu Fini, probably the double into the Fini here.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
With the intimidate yet. Oh yeah, Togedemaru just came in. Here comes Muddy Water though. Gonna fish for another accuracy drop onto the Snorlax.
Nothing.
Goes for the
Energy ball onto the Togedemaru
He
to
needs the
take
KO
out.
Here. Does he get it?
He does get it.
Does Snorlax take out? And
Does not take out the Tapu Fini now. But Zukushi does have a Beast Boost which will boost the Gigavolt Havoc damage the next turn.
does go for high horsepower. It's going to land, but it's not going
No,
to be
you
enough
kill.
onto the full health Circuitry.
As he is at -1.
And that should be the game for Jira there, unfortunately for Eugene. Since
Perhaps.
he perhaps should have gone for the spiky shield there.
Yes.
His Togedemaru for another turn.
And
Or even a
Eugene
fake out.
might has miscalculated the damage onto Zingzap.
Yes.
But then again, fake out is such a better option compared to just zing-zapping straight into the Tapu
He couldn't
Fini.
afford to take the damage from the Fini onto his Togedemaru. Since the Circuitry was posing no threat, and the Gearbox Havoc here will take out his Snorlax and bring us to a game 3. Eugene, you have to feel through that game away. Get a fresh Togedemaru ready to go for the fake out to pin the Fini for another turn, and force him into a situation where if he protected, he would just get encore anyway.
Yep, Eugene miscalculated there, and
He definitely thought
yes,
that
Zingzap would have
would
killed,
be enough.
and Togedemaru will be able to take a energy ball, which will still deny the Zingzap.
Definitely. So definitely options for both players to respond here.
Perhaps now Eugene know the damage counts on Zingzap on the Tapu Fini. It might give Eugene more time to think and more options to choose from.
I really don't feel that Eugene thought that Zingzap would KO since he knows Tapu Fini is a kind of a bulky mon and he still had a lot of HP left at that point, which kind of makes the decision kind of curious. Was Eugene really banking on a flinch there? Which I feel is a very dangerous decision
Yes.
to make.
Well, what's done is done.
What's done
and
is done. So Eugene was gonna have to. All Eugene needs is to try and recreate that same scenario as before. Getting his Togedemaru in fairly fresh against the Circuitry, able to lock it down with the Lightning Rod. Since he knows now that Jira's preference is definitely to preserve the Circuitry at the back, try and sweep in the end game.
Yes.
And Eugene has responded by doing the same thing with his Togedemaru. Question is, can he keep it up?
But it's also very dangerous as Jira does have two effective ways to take out Togedemaru, that being the Mudsdale and the Choice Scarf Arcanine. Like, if Jira chooses to bring the Mudsdale, it will most likely be a Trick Room mode, which Mudsdale will outspeed the Togedemaru. And if it's the Choice Scarf Arcanine, it will still outspeed the Togedemaru.
Definitely. Which you saw in game 1 where Eugene had to play very carefully with his Spiky Shield.
Same is
Eugene
for
going
Eugene.
for the Manibus Fini again. And similarly for Jira as well. Double Fini and Mark coming out. Again, we see, I suppose Eugene, we saw previously, he's already reviewed his flatter combination, which wasn't enough to KO the Mark even after 2 hits.
Right,
So now I suppose he could just go for 2 Moonblasts instead. But now, probably that the first Moonblast will probably activate the berry.
yeah. Perhaps if Eugene hasn't revealed his last move on Medibus, which might be the knockoff.
I feel that if he had it, he would probably have gone for it. He's shown Taunt, Tailwind and Foul Play.
And Flatter, oh no, he
and
doesn't
Flatter,
have
he
the
doesn't have the
knockoff,
knockoff.
unfortunately. So, Eugene right now might deny Tapu Fini, the opposing Tapu Fini
I
off the
wonder
haze.
though, maybe Eugene should be going after the Fini instead. But it all boils down to whether he brought Snorlax or not. Because if he did bring Snorlax, then the priority is the Muk still. But if he didn't bring Snorlax, I feel he could be prioritizing something other than the Muk.
I feel that Fini right now isn't really a threat as Zingzap does a lot of damage to it.
That's true. And well, Fini going for the Protect. As Eugene going straight for the Taunt to deny haste and a potential Protect next turn. As the pass goes into the Fini as well as a Poison Jab. Yeah. Jira actually doubling into the Fini, so Eugene making the wise decision to protect his Fini, recognizing that Jira has identified that the Manibus is not
The threat,
a threat at all. At most, he's going to sell the Fini, so you just go after the Fini instead.
Yes. So, perhaps, actually, Eugene can't really do anything right now as, I mean, besides flattering his own Tapu Fini.
I think the play here is definitely to go hard after Jira's Fini slot. Since now that it's taunted, he can't protect. So you just fire Moonblast into that slot and try and get it off as soon as possible. Or you just go for Muddy Waters. We're about to see what Eugene goes for. Eugene is going for the Muddy Water here. Oh, but it's going to miss on the mark.
Avoids the attack.
Definitely needed that hit on the mark. Every bit of damage counts, since the mark is the priority target here. So he does get accuracy drop onto the Fini. But now Jira is free to double into the Fini, but
the Moonblast missed.
the accuracy does come through for Eugene here. As Poison Jab goes into the Fini, doing a lot of damage.
Eugene right now, Eugene can
Go for another flatter.
another flatter,
But it's
but
not gonna be
Moonblast will not be enough to kill the mark or the Fini.
Yes. Yeah, it's a very difficult position since he really needed that boost last. He needed damage on Mark last turn.
Yeah.
Since then, he will put Mark into range for a +2 Moonblast. So a very unfortunate avoid for Eugene there. Since I think his game plan was predicated on that damage. He's not going to have to adjust on the fly. Which I would say would involve protecting his Fini and getting a foul play onto the Mark, I would say, to get some chip damage on. Yes, goes for the foul play into the Mark. It is going to be resisted, but it's not going to do a lot thanks to the resist itself. Ooh.
Oh.
I don't think that's going to be enough for +2 Moonblast though.
Medibus avoids another Moonblast from Jira's Tapu Fini.
Yes, Eugene goes for
Sa-
another poison.
saving
Jira
itself.
goes for another poison jab into the protect from the Fini. So now, the question here is: does Jira worry about the potential KO and protect his mark, or just take the hit and expect it not to KO?
Actually, right now, Jira can actually protect the mark, and Tapu Fini can actually go for the haste, as Ton just wall
That's
off.
true. That is true. Yeah, Eugene in a very difficult position here. Unlike previously, where if the Muddy Water had landed, he had a very straightforward play previous turn.
But if that's the case, right, Eugene will still get a +2. If he chooses to Muddy Water, will still get the damage onto Tapu Fini, and Tapu Fini will haste. But after that next turn, Eugene can actually taunt Tapu Fini and protect again and survive one more.
But Eugene not taking that risk. He's going to switch out his +1 Tapu Fini, brings in the Togedemaru here. Ooh, it's going to be a double switch. No, it's going to be another foul play from the Manibus into the mark. Slowly chipping away at itself and trying to put it
in the KO range.
out of range of its berry while taking damage. As Moonblast will come out from Fini into Manibus with the special defense boost, not going to do a lot of damage. Does get a special attack drop, which
But
does
it
not
doesn't
matter
matter.
to the Manibus. And Poison Jab going to be of no effect to the Steel type Togedemaru.
Right now Fini is threatened by the Zingzap, but Jira can switch it into Arcanine as he did in the previous game.
Yes, Jira definitely having the Arcanine and probably the Zakitri at the back to pivot in when necessary, though obviously with Togedemaru on the field, Zakitri is not coming in. But definitely, Jirariwat has a chance to put damage on Togedemaru early instead of in the previous game, where he was unable to hit it very effectively until the end of the game.
Right now, actually, Manibus is really not fulfilling his role.
Yeah,
And
Eugene
he's
definitely
very
brought it
redundant.
for the sake of the flatter, but with Haze and the Mug there to sponge hits from the booster Fini, the flatter hasn't really done as much work for Eugene as he probably has in previous games.
Eugene's Mug, the Jira's Mug just Poison Jet. Eugene has the choice to encore the Mug into Poison Jet.
That's true, but you still leave yourself open to the Muddy Water from the Tapu Fini. And goes for the fake out instead into the Tapu Fini. Leave himself open to the knockoff, which the Mug goes for the Taunt instead. So Jira revealing his last move on his Mug, so no Curse, or as pointed out, no Gum Shot, or Shadow Sneak for that matter.
So right now, actually, Snorlax is kind of safe to set up a
No, he can't set up, he just got
Very
taunted.
and there's haste on the field also. But Eugene can lock Mug into the knockoff and
Into the Taunt,
into the taunt, sorry, and slowly return to kill the Tapu Fini.
That's a very slow process though. And Jira recognizing the threat of the Mug, goes in for the Arcanine to intimidate the Togedemaru and the Snorlax. Though,
If Eugene double targets into the Arcanine with high horsepower and zigzag, Arcanine will most probably...
Oh, but Eugene does go for the encore into the Mug and will take the Muddy Water from the Tapu Fini. So nothing working out for Eugene here. Kind of calling the play wrongly, going to take a lot of damage from Muddy Water. As high horsepower comes out, will land on the Arcanine. Even after Intimidate, it's going to be close.
Perhaps a 3 KO or a 2 KO.
Possibly a 2 KO with a roll, yes. And well, it wouldn't be a roll if Arcanine goes for the Flare Blitz. So probably a safe bet to say it's going to be a 2 KO.
yes.
Since if Flare Blitz into Snorlax, there's a lot of recoil.
And Togedemaru.
If Flare Blitz
has
into Togedemaru, it's probably going to Spiky Shield.
Spiky Shield. But Eugene is also still under threat of the Muddy Water, dropping accuracy onto both of his Pokemon.
Definitely. And Togedemaru doesn't want to be taking any more damage since it is his key against the Zaki at the back. Oh, but he didn't bring the Zaki. Jira gonna shake it up. Spiky Shield coming out, hoping to catch the Flare Blitz. As Muddy Water will come out once again onto the Snorlax. So Jira bringing the Masdale instead of the Zaki, recognizing that the Togedemaru was too big of a nuisance. But it does, I guess the Muddy Water accuracy drop onto the Snorlax, who will land high horsepower and increase Masdale's defense.
With stamina. Right now, Togedemaru is also kind of doesn't serve its purpose anymore because there's no Zaki on Jira's side. And the only thing Togedemaru can do right now is to zigzag into the Tapu Fini, but it's under the threat of high horsepower from Masdale.
Though I would say Eugene has less of an incentive to preserve Togedemaru now that he knows that Zaki is not there on Jira's side of you. Yeah, we see Eugene just going for the attack,
But
going for damage onto the
minus
Fini at
one.
-1. Does have the flinch chance though.
Does it get a flinch?
No, it does not get the
doesn't.
flinch. But Muddy Water gonna avoid the Snorlax. So no further accuracy drops on the Snorlax this turn. Who will at least get a chance to... Still revealing the Rock Slide. Gonna avoid the Snorlax as well. And I don't think that KOs Togedemaru, does it? Yeah, Togedemaru does hang on. And Eugene will go for the curse here now that the taunt has worn off.
But however, Fini does have the haste, but if Fini...
But Togedemaru can just go for the encore here as a last ditch attempt to make sure Fini doesn't go for ace.
That's true. And with +1, it matches Masdale's +1 defense and also...
And staves off any damage from the close combat on Masdale.
Yes.
Thanks to its boosted defense.
And Snorlax is at neutral attack now.
Right, so decisions there for Eugene. Is he going to sack his Togedemaru with the encore? So Jirariwat preserving his Masdale here, going for the Arcanine, hoping to get another Intimidate onto the Snorlax, hoping to stop it before Curse gets out of control. So Snorlax back to a reduced attack of -1. And Togedemaru's Zigzag going to be nerfed as well. And Eugene just goes for another Zigzag.
But if Tapu Fini chooses to haste here,
goes for the Moonblast instead to pick off the Togedemaru. Yep. Goes for the guaranteed KO onto Togedemaru. But it does mean that Snorlax retains his boosted defense. And will get a chance to fire off a return into the Tapu Fini slot. As Eugene's Fini comes in for free, essentially. Though Jira could lock himself into a Wild Charge. Yes.
But Fini will be able to protect.
That's true.
However, Jira might want to shuffle the Intimidate.
Yeah, he could just go, but the thing is here is that the problem for Eugene is that Jira could just close combat into the Snorlax.
But you have +1 defense. And the berry hasn't been procced
That's
yet.
true, but it is still a good option at this point if you predict the protect onto the Tapu Fini. I suppose
But that would mean the high horsepower will KO the Arcanine because it will be a neutral. The high horsepower will be a neutral onto the Arcanine.
and Fini going to switch out for Jirard, bringing the Muk back in, hoping to get a knockoff onto the Snorlax. I'm going to see a protect from Eugene. Yes, Eugene goes for the safe play, protecting his Fini. Does Jirard call it and go for close combat instead? Goes for Wild Charge into the Tapu Fini slot. How does Snorlax respond? Goes for high horsepower. It's going to land onto the Arcanine. At
Does he
another
take it out?
reduce,
He does
does
take it
take it
out.
out. The biggest threat to the Tapu Fini removed, forcing the Arcanine to come back, and forcing the Mudsdale, I think, to come back in.
Even at this situation, Eugene is actually quite in a comfortable position. He can actually choose to attack his own Snorlax
activate the
and
berry.
proc the berry and to deny of the knockoff.
Ooh, that's a big play to make though. So it might be one he has to actually. Since if he gets knocked off here, his Snorlax is not long for the world.
Yes. And if he procs the berry now, he can choose to recycle later.
That's true. That's still a very big call to make though. Since you do leave your Fini open to attacks from Jira side of the field. Alternatively, he would just switch Snorlax out.
And dash.
Since what's at the back
into
is
Manibus.
still the
And
Manibus.
Manibus is still relatively
No, I think
healthy
it's
actually.
been weakened slightly. And will come back in without the Misty
Yeah.
Seed boost. Eugene has options, but he's going to be very aware that if he gets his Snorlax berry knocked off, oh, but he stays in.
Does
No,
he?
does not attack himself.
No.
Moonblast into
the double
Jira's own Fini.
And
Does
does
take
take
it
it
out
out.
though. Brings Jira down to his last two, unable to switch any further, but does leave his Snorlax open to the knockoff. That could yet come back to haunt him here. And does not go for high horsepower. Goes for the return instead. Going to activate Muk's own berry. I'm kind of curious. I think he doubled into the Fini. But then if you double into Fini, I think high horsepower would still be enough.
There's
But then
a
he has accuracy drop, yeah.
So
So
it's very
Snorlax is
dangerous.
risking the anything it does that's not 100% accurate.
Perhaps right now the play will be to switch out Snorlax into the Manibus and protect double Fini and
Or another
Mario
leftovers
Water now.
recovery.
As Mudsdale is Assault Vest and can't protect.
And Mustiel is somewhat vulnerable to foul play as well.
Yes. Or
Yeah.
perhaps Eugene might want to chip down the Mudsdale first.
Protecting the Fini, leaving his Snorlax open. I think Eugene doesn't want. I think Eugene thinks Snorlax has done his job and wants the Manibus to come in for free. So here comes the attack from the Mudsdale, goes for close combat, but reducing
but
its own
it's a
defenses.
+1.
And not even going to get a KO. Now Mudsdale is extremely vulnerable to foul play if Manibus comes in. Because he high horsepower into the Muk slot.
The Muk slot.
It is going to land through the accuracy drop. Not going to be enough to KO, but at this point Mudsdale is going to be in big trouble if
Yes.
Manibus comes in with the... In fact, I think Muddy Water KOs now.
Yes.
Oh, but he has a Salt Vest, so it should hang on after a hit.
But the problem is
The problem is that I think
can Muk
Fini
go
is...
down now.
The problem I think is that Fini might be out of range from Poison Jab at this point after that one more turn of leftovers recovery. It could be close. But again, we know Mudsdale cannot protect. And the risk of going into the Fini, oh, but switches out his Fini, predicting a double target into the slot. Here comes Mandibus.
Yeah, it's relatively healthy.
As Snorlax reviews the protect, so no recycle. All along, Knocker was not going to matter to Eugene. Poison Jab into the Mandibus can be poisoned because it is flying. It does get the poison there. And Rock Slide comes out for the Mandibus. Now we see why Eugene didn't want to switch in the Mandibus. He didn't want it to take exactly this.
But
Will
Manibus
hang on though,
yes.
and will
foul
survive
play-
one more
foul play
turn
will
of
go
poison.
into the
And yes, we pointed out, Mudsdale with the Assault Vest, unable to protect, and foul play will go into its reduced defense. Mandibus last hurrah here to take out the Mudsdale, or at least bring it to critical range with a foul play.
But then again, the Manibus will go down to the poison and
And Snorlax will go down to a hit as well.
yes,
So
Tapu Fini will be left to fight the Muk. But I think the main threat now here is the Muk.
I believe Fini is kind of safe because even if he's within range now, one more turn of leftovers recovery will definitely take it out of range of Poison Jab.
I
So the
hope
threat,
so.
the threat of course is that the Misty Terrain could run out and then leave Fini vulnerable to poison.
A foul play does come out, but
Huh?
into the
Goes into the
Snorlax
Muk
instead.
slot. And Eugene not going for the easy play into the Mudsdale. Does he not realize that the Mudsdale is assault vested? Going for the foul play into the Muk. He definitely predicted a protect on the Mudsdale, but this Mudsdale is clearly assault vested.
Yes.
So Eugene pinning all his hopes onto Muddy Water at this point. He needs it to KO the Mudsdale, which is assault vested, even with the close combat drop. And he needs it to hit the mark and survive the subsequent poison jab.
Yes.
He's going to protect this turn, definitely.
To get a recovery of leftovers.
As he does protect to get one more turn leftovers recovery. Mark will go for poison jab. And Mudsdale will go for anything he wants actually.
Yes,
high horsepower. Alright, so it's going to come down to Muddy Water here for Eugene. He has no other option. He needs Muddy Water to kill the Mudsdale. If he does not kill the Mudsdale, I think that's game for him.
However, Mudsdale might miss the rock slide or the high horsepower.
Or Muddy Water could miss.
Or Muddy Water could miss.
So here it comes, Muddy Water. Going to avoid the Mudsdale, and that should be the game for Jira.
Perhaps. Barring a crit.
He needs accuracy drop on the mark here. Does not get it. Poison Jab will land onto the Fini. That should be the game. Fini able to take the hit, but high horsepower is going to land onto the Fini. And that will be the game for Jira. So, well, the game freezes there, but we do know the winner of that game is going to be Jirariwat, moving on with a 4-1 record. Eugene dropping to 4-1 as well. But, well, both players did their best, but Eugene perhaps not recognizing the out he had there with the foul play into the Mudsdale slot. Or perhaps he wanted damage onto the mark.
To chip it, to kill it with the
Muddy Water. Yeah, I suppose that's an option, but he had to perhaps recognize that Mudsdale might have gone down to the foul play at that point. Since Mudsdale itself does not have the best defense when not invested, since he does invest in special defense for the assault vest. And Mudsdale has very high attack. Right, so that will be it for Swiss round 5. Congrats to Jira there. And we will be back with Swiss round 6, so stay tuned.